A XIM Matrix config stores all your settings for a game such as aiming behavior and button bindings. In our hardware setup, we are gaming on an Xbox Series X with a wireless mouse with a wireless USB receiver, a USB keyboard, and a required Xbox controller in port 3 for authentication. With this hardware setup, every device connected is usable for gaming and fully bindable, even the controller being used for authentication. In Manager, at the top, you can see which devices are in use: mouse, keyboard, and Xbox controller. Let's add a config for the game we are playing. Next, you'll be asked what type of initial bindings you'd like to add for your config. Select mouse and keyboard and wait for the config to be added to your XIM matrix. Next, you'll be reminded that the game you are playing must have its sensitivity set to maximum for XIM's Smart Translation system to work correctly. Some games also have additional settings requirements, so be sure to check that your game is configured for an optimal experience. Our game has already been updated with the required settings. If Navigate mode is currently active, then deactivate it. Now, let's edit the config. The first thing you'll notice is another reminder to make sure your in-game settings are correct. This is how important that is. You can change the name of your config and its color, but let's talk about the aiming sources section. Since we have a mouse and a controller that is plugged in, you have the option to use both for aim. For now, we are only going to use our mouse for aim, so we need to tell XIM Matrix what DPI our mouse is set at. Enter it and press save. Now, you can start using your mouse in-game. However, you'll notice at first that it's not working. This is because your XIM Matrix is analyzing your mouse to calibrate it for best performance. After a few seconds, it will respond. Next, move on to the aim section where you can configure how your aim feels. Adjust the sensitivity to your preference. You also have a mouse smoothing option. There are different options for smoothing. It is highly recommended that it at least be set to light. Press the triple dot to view additional aiming options. You can set an aiming curve and change vertical sensitivity and behavior. Curve editing is covered in another video. If the game you are playing has different aim down sight behavior compared to its hip aim, such as lower sensitivity and slower maximum turn speeds, this section is used to configure for that. Our game has a single aiming behavior system for both hip and ADS. However, you can still customize ADS in this case by enabling it. Finally, you can customize button mappings in the mapping section. These bindings were set up based on the initial binding choice we made when creating the config. The highlighted bindings are the ones that are currently running. Select one in Manager to change its binding. Notice when you right-click, your XIM Matrix will notify you when your aim changes from hip, which is yellow, to ADS, which is green. Also, all console shooters have a maximum turn speed limit. Your XIM Matrix will blink red to notify you when you exceed that limit. Please see our additional videos on other mapping topics, such as smart actions.